SNES. Turn that around. There we go. So we don't have to look at the battery. How's it going, everyone? I finally realized why TC has been donating stuff to the channel to be fixed for me to video. It's not because he didn't want them. It's because he had something that he wanted fixed. And what he wants fixed is in this box. Let's see. Oh, that cable. He just gave me that cable. We'll get rid of that. Okay. So we have a nice set of wires here. That's really lovely. We have a Super Nintendo controller, so that should be a pretty good indication as to what's in the box. We have a Super NES to work on today for TC the Pack Rat. The story I get from him is it was working fine. He knocked it off of his stand, and now all he gets is a black screen. So we are going to fix it for TC, and we will make him happy as a pig in mud. The Super NES's, usually there's not a whole heck of a lot that goes wrong with them. This one, as you can see, has the broken port in it, and I'll have to look and see if I have another port. We'll have to change that because that's an Ivan Nagudski. So we'll see if we have one. If not, I'll have to order one in for this. I'm pretty sure I might have one or maybe one left. So he's going to be special and get my last one. The NES, Super NES is a really good console. A lot of good games with it, and he didn't even send me a game with it. That was really nice of him. Probably afraid I was going to steal it from him. So I'm going to get you spun around. I'll see if I still have a Super NES game here, and we will get this hooked up and see exactly what it is doing and see if we can fix it for him. Man, I'll tell you, I don't know how you're supposed to, what you're supposed to do with this. Why can't people just, straighten up their cords when they're done? I mean, is that what everybody does? Just, grab them, ball it up, and throw it in a box? Man. I tell you. Look at it. What the hell? Like a little kid did this. But we need to see first and verify what it is doing. No signal. Okay, let's see. Are we on AV? Yes, we're on AV. Okay, we need power. Hopefully that works. screen. Okay. So now let's take this apart and see what we can find. Get my security bits. That's the little one. Little one, no worky in there. That's the one we need. I have six security bits to take out. Kind of strange just knocking it off the stand. Made it quit working. And I guess there's a name for this too. It's called the black screen of death. Yeah, you know what I call it? Not working. It's called it needs fixed. Where's that last screw? There it is. Oh, there. Okay. This one's nice and clean inside. It's taken care of quite nicely. Okay. Well, there's nothing really evident just by looking at it that there is a problem. The pin connector looks pretty good. Let's get her hookered back up. Okay, sorry about that, phone rang. Okay, now let's see, nothing's going on there. Okay, I don't believe it's our pin connector. Try everything first. Okay. Now we're gonna pull its guts out of it and see what we can see. Let's see if there's anything evident underneath the shielding here. You can see on the Super NES, they actually put a heat sink. We have a heat sink back here because of the NES. Super NES actually started, you know, it used a little bit more heat and power, so it to run the game, so it actually got warmer than just the NES. I don't see anything evident on our connector. These ones very seldom went bad unless little Johnny dropped pop in it or something. That's why there's no aftermarket pin connector for this one. Okay. And so now what I'm going to do is I am going to pull the circuit board out of this and see if we see anything evident underneath. Like I said, it's kind of strange that it just all of the sudden you knock it off the table and it quits working. You know, I've dropped these things and everything and have never had them just stop working because you dropped them. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at this under the light and see if I can see anything evident, and then we will go from there and see if we can't figure out what the hell happened to this little guy. Why did he take a dump? He got mad because he got knocked onto the floor. I would too. I'd stop working too if I got knocked onto the floor by some big kid. Okay, I want to try something first here. I've had happen on other ones that what? Yeah, we're gonna plug it in just the way it is. What? No, I don't need all that other stuff. That's just foo-foo. You don't need that. This is all you need. That's it. And if you want to play, you know, if you want to put controllers, yeah, well, we could hook that up there, and then you can go ahead and play. But nah, that case, nah, you don't need that crap. That's just fluff. Make sure I got everything all plugged in here. And still nothing. God, what'd you do, break it? Alright, we will put this in. God. People are so picky, I'll tell you. They want everything. Everything plugged in. There, now you happy? There, see it's in? And see, it still doesn't work. What more do you want? You know why? Well, let's... Okay, we'll turn that over since you insist. There. There, you happy? Still no power. What happened? What did you do? Now, is it trying to tell us something? Is it trying to tell us that our power... There, see? See? Are you happy? We do have to change that. Now, as I was saying, I've had them happen before where yeah, definitely gonna have to change that power. Okay, so our reset button is okay. That was what I wanted to check out. I have had them where the reset has kind of taken a dump, and if you hit it enough and get it cleaned out, it would work. You can see this one just it is not wanting to cooperate at all. Okay, so we got that done. Now I know our little, there's a on these, let me get that out of there, turn that off. There's it's like a fuse link right here. Let me unplug this crap. People want you to hook up everything just so you can make them happy. There's a little fuse link right here that go bad at times if you have no power at all. And we have power, we're just not booting. Booting. And I've kind of looked at everything. I'm going to look at it some more before we really start, you know, tearing into it. And let's make sure that we don't have any cold solder joints or anything like that, you know, after falling, oh, I'm falling, I can't get up, that there's no broken solder joints or cold solder joints on it. But yeah, I guess if some schmohawk threw me on the floor, I wouldn't work anymore either. So. Okay, let me take a look at this under the old man light, and I'll see if I can't find anything going on. Okay, I thought just for gits and shiggles, we would try a new power adapter. And just to see if maybe by chance it's not putting out enough voltage to run it. And we still have the dreaded black screen. Boy, I can't wait to get this thing working and get that power adapter changed. Let's flip him around. Okay, still the same thing, but had to try it just to make sure. Nothing like chasing your tail and then finding out that your power supply wasn't putting out enough voltage to run your game system. Okay, so it's well, it's not really DOA, but it is pretty dead. Got the black screen. Now, usually the black screen usually coincides with either a bad CPU, which here's your CPU, or a PPU1 chip, or a PPU2 chip. It's either one of those three is usually what gives you your black screen. And without having a test cartridge or anything like that, I can't really pinpoint it, or we can just kind of poke and hope and change the CPU and hope that that's the problem and that takes care of it. Or, you know, and if that doesn't do it, then we change out the next one and the next one, and then we find out that it's something else. So it's really kind of hard to determine, you know, which one it is. Usually CPU is the one that craps out on it, and we could change that one out and be done with it, and you know, and get it running. Or I have this board here that's just a touch ugly, that I don't know if it's any good or not. What we can do is test it, and if this one works, we can clean it up and see if it's a viable replacement for that board there. I mean, this one, something got spilled on this one. I don't know if it was in a flood or whatever. Okay, no power whatsoever. So let's, since there's absolutely no life signs in this one, let's check our little inline fuse here. And that fuse is totally dead. why I figured it was that was because something got spilled on it. Looks like coffee or something got dumped in it. And then somebody probably turned it on. And cooked it. Cooked the fuse while it was wet. Now, are we going to hurt this board? Well, who cares? I mean, this is a donor. This is all I have, is just this board. I think the case was good that was on this one, and I used it on another one that was totally dead as well. Let me get my old man light out of the way. Yeah, and see, even though this board's covered in crap, it works. Now, do we clean this board up, put a new power jack on it, and put a new fuse on it, and, well, clean it up and see how it looks? And if it looks good enough, we can fix this board up and get TC going with a Super NES. They're both the same. Super SNES CPU, 1993 Nintendo, GPM02, and his board out of his is the exact same thing. So everything will fit down in that case. There's two different styles. Should mention there's one with a bigger board that will not interchange with the cases, or will they? Shoot, I don't know, it's been so stinking long. Anyway, or we can pull the CPU off of this one and swap it out onto his and see if that cures our problem. I think the first thing we should do is let's clean this board. Even if I'm going to pull the chip, I still have to, it still needs cleaned. So let me clean this board, see what it looks like after we get it all cleaned up, see if it's, you know, a viable replacement just to put in and be done. And I know it's really hard for you to tell being that far away, but you know, you can see this one a little disgusting. The pin connector is kind of ugly looking, but we can use his off of his. And you can see how nasty this one is. Like I said, something got dumped on this one. So let me clean this up, and we will see what it looks like after it's cleaned up, and see if it's just a viable swap out, and do it that way. I know everybody wants to see me swap a chip, but why swap a chip if you don't have to? Alright, she cleaned up really nice. Gonna work out good. And the other problem I have about hacking up a good board. You know, I really don't want to pull a good board apart, pulling chips off of it, when you can just use the board in the console itself. These good boards are getting harder and harder to come by. So we're gonna, now what I'm doing is I'm just gonna use my sucker pump here to try and get a bulk of the solder off of it. I'm going to change the power, input, whatever, is I will use the sucker pump here to take the bulk off of it, and then I'm going to use I'll use a solder wick to finish it up. Yeah, good boards are hard to come by anymore on these supers. There's a lot of black screen. A lot of it's, you know, just from age. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm going to scoot over here a little bit. Maybe I can get my hand out of the way. So if I can keep a good board together, that's what I will do. Pretty windy out there today. I think we got it's either another storm coming or it's just fall. Okay, now we can got most of the solder out of there. Now we can heat them up and get them moving out of there. Let's see. That one's off. I think that other one's off too. Wrong screwdriver. Tri-wing won't work. Alright, where are you at? There you are. See if we can get that. There we go. Here's our hunk of crap old one. I had to go find one. This is one I took out of a junk board, and that board was junk. I mean, that one, there was no saving anything on it. We're gonna get it started. Yeah, I couldn't save anything on that board. I had put a new one on it because it had worked at one time, and then I put a new one on it. It worked. I sold it, and little Johnny dumped something in it, and it totally destroyed the board. I couldn't even save anything off of it except for my power adapter. Now we'll get hot enough. Or you dirty. Yeah, got a chunk of soot right on the end of it. But try and save as many as I can. I think I have some other good boards out there and really crap. And some really crap cases. All I'm doing is, you can't see what I'm doing. All I did was reheat my solder so I could close up the gap a little right in through here. Ouch! It's also hot. Don't touch that. Yeah, now you tell me. After I stick my finger on it. Alright. Back you off a little bit and pick your head up a little if you want. I mean, you don't have to stare at your feet. There. We need an on-off button. Now, is this the one? Yeah, this one we have to. We need to change that little. I think we got to change that little fuse as well. Let's see. Yep, better than a can of corn. Okay, now I need to find one of those. Yippee!
Yeah. It's a little. I think lipstick's probably the best way to color it. It's like a red cherry lipstick. It's a little lighter. That's so you can see the original color. Okay. Still not bad. Better than Russell. As Joe go, I made that with a plug or hole. B-bolt. Broke off when I took it apart, so I just welded another one on the back of it. Not clean yet. Might have to put a shim behind it. On the lower piece just a little bit.
Got that fuse changed out, and let's see, I need, okay, this is his old board. I want the pin connector off of his because that one has, now I've got to try and figure out what to do with it, because that one has a really good looking pin connector on it. Get some juice to it. Boy, is that nice and tight. Man. That's good. Oh, put a power switch on it. Cart. Now, is it going to work? Or did I screw it up? Looky there, I screwed it up. Okay, oh, it helps if you plug it in. Okay, take two. Let's see if it works, or did I screw it up? And looky there. Bump the cartridge. Okay. Okay. Now we need to get it back in its package and test it one more time. Take a look at the case and see if it needs cleaned up. And see if any little grubby fingers have been all over it and got it all nasty looking. And let's turn him off. Okay, how's it look? Oh, stupid expansion clips. That's better. Yeah. Get our shielding back on it. Not sitting down in there all the way. Oh, that stupid clip again. There we go. Ah, come on. Let's see. Securities. Not ready for those yet. I know that this is not something that everybody just has another system lying around that they can steal the board out and fix, but you know, like I said, I hate to tear up another board just to get a chip if the board is good. I would rather just swap the board out and get a system running. And then that little guy wants to not cooperate. There we go. Alright, now let's see. Cartridge eject. Get him started. Can do this either way you want to. You can either start the spring in the hole on the console, or you can start it on the arm. You can do it either way you want. Yeah, I'm gonna go clean that up. That's better. Can't have dirt. 2, 4, 6. Okay. Make sure they're all there. These fun little security screws. And I think I gotta check out his controller too. I don't know. He wouldn't have sent the controller unless there was something wrong with it. Or he just thought I didn't have any. Nah. Get in there. Get in the hole. It's not like it's a little bitty hole. Okay. Just like to make sure. Still doesn't like being bumped. It's almost as if my... Yeah, I think it's my cartridge. Dun, dun, dun. So we got Super Mario, The Lost Levels, Mario 2, Mario 3, and Super. The only thing I don't like is they changed the music on All Star. Oh, not yet. Ah, you putthead. I don't think... nope. Not used to the Super NES controller. Da-da-da-da. Dun. I like the original. I like the original music better on the NES, a classic NES, instead of this. Ah. Damn it. Oops, excuse me. No, I can't get up there. Alright. Alright, so now we got all that. I'm gonna let this do a burn in for a while and make sure it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna wash up this nasty controller and we'll come back and finish up. Alright, everything tests out, and doesn't that look better? That's much better. So now we got us a good working Super NES for TC. Yeah, and the wires are all nice and tamed. It's not in a big rat's nest. But glad we could save this one as well. It's always good to save these retro systems, especially this one is in such good shape. That's, you know, there's no yellowing. Just the controller's yellowed a little bit, but that's it. Aftermarket power brick, but that's alright too. Because a lot of those power bricks for the Super NES went to crap too. Most of them went bad on the ends because you know, just being twisted around, and I had quite a few of them that the transformer inside of them took a dump. But and the power port here, those are commonly broke. That's a common problem with them because of, you know, plugging it in and then people pulling on it and it snaps the center right out. They work, you can still get them to work with the center busted out, as you can see, but if you moved it around, it would, you know, if you just needed to move your console over a little bit, yeah, there you lost your place and you start all over again. But he's all set to play his Super NES games. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you, and I hope to see you on the next one. If you like these types of videos, hit the thumbs up button, like, and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. Till next time, see ya.